Hello erudites, I am Francis Javier and today we're going to learn how to balance chemical reactions. Now you might already know that in a reaction, atoms are neither created nor destroyed. This is called the law of conservation of mass. That means the number of atoms on the reactant side must be the same on the product side. The left side is the reactants. These are the substances that you start with. The right side are the products, or what you end up with. Subscripts, like the 2 in H2, indicate the number of atoms. Don't ever change them. Coefficients, or the numbers in front, are what we adjust to balance. For example, the 2 and 2H2 means 2 molecules of H2, not that hydrogen suddenly has 4 atoms per molecule. Chemical equations can also include symbols that tells us the physical state of each substance. S for solid, L for liquid, G for gas, and AQ for aqueous, meaning dissolved in water. To familiarize yourself with chemical reactions, you should know this table of symbols and their meanings. Now that we've covered the basics, let's go over the forming types of chemical reactions you'll encounter. This helps you spot the patterns and makes balancing a lot easier. According to ThoughtCo, these are the 4 core types. First is synthesis or combination reaction, wherein 2 or more substances combine to form one product. In our example, A combines with B to form AB. Next is decomposition reaction, wherein a single compound breaks down into smaller parts. AB is broken down into A plus B. Third is single displacement or single replacement reaction. This is where one element replaces another in a compound. And finally, we have double displacement or double replacement or metathesis reaction. The ions of two reactants swap places to form new compounds. Basically, nag-iba ng partner ang compound A at compound B natin. And now, let's continue with how to balance these reactions or equations step by step. Here's the step-by-step guide you can follow every time you balance an equation. Step 1 is to write the unbalanced equation, then count the number of atoms of each element on both sides, then balance one element at a time using coefficients, and finally recount and double-check if all the atoms are balanced. For our first equation is the formation of aluminum oxide. So with your given equation, write out the elements present in the equation. So we have aluminum and oxygen. So now we start to count the atoms of each element. Start tayo sa reactant. Sa aluminum, meron tayong isa. Sa oxygen, dalawa. For our product side, aluminum 2 and oxygen 3. Now you can start balancing by writing out coefficients. So ang coefficients ay parang multiplier. So, pwede ka magsimula sa kahit na anong element mong gusto. So, I want to start with oxygen first. So, to find the balanced atoms of oxygen, gagamitin natin ang LCM ng 2 and 3. The LCM of 2 and 3 is 6. So, ngayon mag-isip ka ng multiplier na magbibigay sa iyo ng 6. For the reactants, 2 times 3 will give you 6. While sa product, 3 times 2 will also give you 6. So now, balance na ang ating oxygen. Take note, since naglagay tayo ng 2 here as our coefficient sa oxygen ng product side, tignan natin ang ating product side. Sa ating product side, isang compound ang aluminum oxide. So kung naglagay tayo ng 2 sa oxygen ng product, maglalagay tayo dito, counted din siya sa aluminum. So magmumultiply din ang coefficient na linagay mo sa oxygen sa atoms ng aluminum. So 2 is also multiplied to 2, which will then give you 4. So now, kailangan na natin i-balance ang aluminum ng sa reactant side. So we do this simply by multiplying 4 here. That will also give you 4. And now, balance na ang aluminum natin. At naglagay tayo ng 4 dito at 3 dito. So that is now your coefficients. 4, 3, and 2. For equation number 2, this is the combustion of propane or the LPG gas. So first, write out the elements present in the equation. So we have here carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Next is to write down the atoms present in each element. So start tayo sa reactant side. Ang atoms ng carbon ay 3, hydrogen ay 8, at oxygen ay 2. Sa product side naman tayo, carbon ay 1, hydrogen ay 2, at ang oxygen, since dalawang compound ang may oxygen, paghihiwalayin lang natin sila dito, 2 and 1. Para mas madali natin i-balance ang ating equation later on. So, we can start first with carbon since kaya na natin siyang i-balance dito by adding or by multiplying 3 here. Since 1 times 3 is equals to 3 and 3 yung nasa kabila, balance na siya. Kung naglagay ka ng coefficient na 3 sa carbon, since nakadikit siya sa oxygen na isa, which is the oxygen here, maglalagay ka rin ng 3 dito sa baba. Okay, next, I want to balance out hydrogen. So, hydrogen, the LCM is 8. So, I want to put a coefficient here na magmumultiply sa 2 para siya ay maging 8. So, that is 4. So, this will give you 8. Since naglagay ako ng coefficient dito sa hydrogen at ang katabi niya sa formula or sa compound ay oxygen, nasa iisang compound lang ang hydrogen at oxygen, magmumultiply ka rin dito sa pangalawang oxygen. Now, let's count the number of atoms sa oxygen. 3 times 2, ito ay 6 plus 1 times 4, this is 4. So, equals to 10. 10 oxygen na ang product side. And sa oxygen ng reactant side, 2. So, magmumultiply lang tayo ng 5 para ito ay maging 10. So, naglagay tayo ng 5 dyan. And as you can see, we have now the balanced equation for this problem. For our last example, this is a double replacement equation with polyatomic ions. So first, let us write down the elements present in the equation. So sodium, and as you notice, meron tayong PO4 dito, meron din tayong PO4 dito, or yung polyatomic ions. So if nag-appear siya both sa reactant and sa product, pwede mo na siyang i-treat as one unit, PO4, magnesium, and chlorine. Now we count the number of atoms present. So sa sodium, tatlo here, PO4, 1 since we count it as one unit, Mg1, Cl2, Na1 sa products, PO4, 2, Mg, 3, at Cl1. Unahin na muna natin i-balance ang polyatomic ions. So since 1 at 2 lang naman, ang LCM nila ay 2. So we multiply PO4 sa reactant ng 2. But notice how ang PO4 ng reactant ay may katabing Na3 sa isang compound. So magmumultiply din siya ng 2 sa Na. Okay, now PO4 is balanced but our sodium is not balanced. So i-balance na natin ang sodium. To balance out sodium, so 6 to yung sa reactant. And dito sa product, kailangan natin siya mag-multiply to 6 para sila ay mag-balance. So sa reaction, ang katabi ni Na ay si Cl. So kapag nag-multiply tayo ng 6 kay Na, i-multiply din natin siya kay Cl since nasa isang compound lang sila. Okay, now we have to balance Mg and Cl. So let's first balance Mg. So kapag nag-multiply tayo ng 3 sa reactant, 3 na siya, equal na sila. So naglagay tayo ng 3 as our coefficient sa reactant kay Mg. At dahil katabi niya si chlorine, magmumultiply din tayo kay chlorine. So magiging 6 na rin siya, which is also the balance equation. So ang ating coefficients ay 2, 3, and 6. And that is how you balance chemical reactions. Now let us test your comprehension.